100 feet in the air, standing on thin metal spikes with no safety harness. Right in front of me is a massive, active swarm of giant honeybees. One slip or sudden move and things can get very dangerous. Today, we're heading up into the jungle canopy to sustainably harvest rare, raw wild honey using only a bundle of smoking leaves. Let's see if we can get it done. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are deep in the heart of the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, embarking on one of the most thrilling and ancient traditions of the jungle, wild honey hunting. Right now, you're looking at my boots as I take my first steps up a massive, towering forest tree. To climb these giants, which can easily reach over 100 feet tall, we don't use modern climbing gear. Instead, we rely on a traditional method, driving thick metal spikes, almost like giant iron nails, directly into the tree bark to create a vertical ladder. It takes strength, balance, and a lot of focus. Clung to my side is a bundle of fresh, green forest leaves. This isn't just random foliage, it's our most important safety tool. We will use it shortly to generate a cool, thick smoke to calm the bees. Without it, climbing up there would be an absolute suicide mission. Step by step, I begin my ascent, feeling the damp jungle air and listening to the ambient sounds of the wilderness. As I climb higher, the ground slowly fades away beneath us. Looking down from here can make your head spin, so the trick is to keep your eyes focused on the trunk, finding a rhythm with each foothold. Every step is a calculated decision. The tree bark is slightly damp from the jungle humidity, making the surface slick. I have to test every single spike with my weight before shifting my stance. You can hear the rustle of the wind through the leaves up here. It's a completely different world compared to the forest floor. I've reached a stable fork in the tree, and it's time to prepare our defense. I pull out my lighter and try to ignite the tip of the leaf bundle. It's always the struggle up here because of the breeze and the moisture in the air. The lighter sparks, but the green leaves take a moment to catch. I gently blow on the embers to encourage the smoke. The goal here isn't to create a raging fire. We want thick, billowing white smoke. We use fresh green leaves because they burn slowly and produce a cool smoke. Hot smoke would hurt the bees or agitate them, which is the last thing we want. We want to gently nudge them into thinking there's a forest fire nearby, which instinctively prompts them to gorge themselves on honey and become lethargic. The familiar, earthy smell of burning foliage begins to fill the air, wrapping around me like a protective shield. With the smoker actively puffing out thick clouds, I transition from the main trunk onto the horizontal branch. This is where things get truly intense. The branch is wide, but it's high above the ground with no safety net. I have to crawl and shuffle my way forward, dragging the smoking bundle along. Just a few feet ahead of me, under the curve of the branch, is the target. And there she is. Look at the sheer size of this nest hanging from the branch. It's a massive crescent-shaped structure, completely covered by a dense, shimmering blanket of giant honeybees. I slowly wave the smoking leaf bundle towards them. You can see the smoke drifting over the comb, and almost instantly the bees begin to react. They start to move, creating a mesmerizing rippling effect across the hive, a behavior known as shimmering, which they use to intimidate predators. I keep fanning the smoke gently, allowing it to work its magic. Slowly, the thick blanket of bees begins to part, revealing the glistening, golden structure underneath. This is the moment of truth. As the smoke clears the bees away, the top section of the hive comes into view. In the honey hunting world, we call this the honey cap. It's the reservoir where the bees store their concentrated honey, sealed with a thin layer of wax. It looks incredibly healthy and full, bulging with sweet nectar gathered from wild jungle flowers. This colony has actually been here for a while, and we've harvested from it in the past. That's the beauty of sustainable honey hunting. We don't destroy the entire hive. We only cut away the honey-bearing section at the top, leaving the lower portion where the brood and young larvae are kept. This ensures the colony survives, rebuilds, and continues to thrive in this forest. Before I pull out my blade, I need to make sure I am completely secure on this branch. I wedge myself into a comfortable position, wrapping my legs around the wood. My hands need to be free to work. I check the smoker again, placing it strategically so the wind carries the smoke right across the hive, keeping the bees at bay. A few bees are buzzing around my head, but thanks to the protective netting on my hat, I can stay focused. I reach out and touch the edge of the honey cap. A little bit of golden honey runs down my finger. I take a quick taste. Wow, it's incredibly rich, sweet, with a distinct floral undertone that you can only get from wild jungle blossoms. There's absolutely no comparison to store-bought honey. This is pure, raw nature. I take my harvesting knife. The blade is sharp, designed to slice through wax and comb with minimal pressure. I position the knife at the top of the honey cap, right where it attaches to the branch. I begin to make the cut. The knife glides through the thick wax like warm butter. Almost instantly, a stream of thick, golden honey begins to ooze out, catching the sunlight. It is a beautiful sight. I have to work quickly but carefully, ensuring the plastic bag is positioned directly underneath the cut to catch every single precious drop. I continue to slice horizontally along the branch, carving out the prime chunk of the honey reservoir. The weight of the honeycomb is immense. It's easily several pounds of pure honey and wax. As the slice deepens, the comb begins to sag. I support it with my hand, feeling the warmth and the heavy vibration of the nest. With a final, clean cut, the massive chunk separates from the branch. I carefully guide it down into the plastic bag. Look at that gorgeous, amber-colored comb. It's completely saturated with fresh, wild honey. My hands are completely sticky now, but the feeling of holding a piece of the wild jungle like this is indescribable. Now that the main piece is in the bag, I need to pack it away safely. I gently squeeze the excess air out of the bag and twist the top, ensuring no bees are accidentally trapped inside. If a bee gets sealed in, it could sting through the plastic or contaminate the honey. Once the bag is tied tight, I carefully open my backpack, which is resting against the tree branch. I slide the heavy bag of honey inside. It adds quite a bit of weight to my back, which will make the climb down a bit more challenging. But it's a burden I'm more than happy to carry. I take one last look at the remaining hive. The lower part of the comb, filled with the colony's brood, remains completely untouched and securely attached to the branch. In just a couple of weeks, these resilient bees will rebuild the honey cap, and the cycle of life in the canopy will continue. This forest sustains us, and by harvesting responsibly, we ensure it remains bountiful for generations to come. It's been an incredible day up here in the trees. Thank you so much for coming along on this wild journey with me. If you enjoyed this raw look into wild honey hunting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Stay wild!